there's a direct connection between earthquakes and homosexuality. There was in Haiti. Haiti was attached to the Dominican Republic on one island. Haiti suffered far, far more than the Dominican Republic. And the difference in statistics with practices of homosexuality and per capita AIDS statistics. And then earlier today, we had the earthquake that went across the eastern seaboard, cracks in the Washington Monument, broken spires on the National Cathedral, and still many people scoff and ignore. In New York, in Washington, D.C., where they passed homosexual legislation and ordinances, in New York City and state, where they opened, especially on Sunday early, after they passed the homosexual marriage bill. They couldn't wait until the regular Monday, but all the county clerks had to open early to service the homosexual couples who wanted to get married. Sodomites, the citizens of Sodom, surrounded Lot's house and demanded that strangers come out so that they may, quote unquote, get to know them. In other words, to sodomize them. The family of Lot was praying that Sodom be spared. But once they wanted to sodomize his guests, who were really heavenly angels, then they were told, that's it. First, they got the Jews out of the cloud of protection. They got them, they tricked them into coming out. Then they sodomized them. Then they murdered them. Then they cut off their member and hurled it at God. They dismembered them, cutting off their circumcised member and saying, God, you want holiness, you want self-control and reproduction here. They flaunted God. They mocked God. I too will act with casualness, says God, if you persist in thinking that all of my carefully calibrated punishments were merely coincidental, calibrated step by step by step, more severe, so that my message is wasted. In other words, the more you deny the hand of God, measure for measure, the more God aids you in that, and it will seem like coincidence to you, so that you will get punished with even worse on the hierarchy. You have shaken your male member in a place where it does not belong. I too will shake the earth. We don't hate homosexuals. I feel bad for homosexuals or heterosexuals who have different drives for underage children. We want everyone to understand that if these kinds of activities and continue and they're legislated into the moral fiber of the country and it's forced down the throats of the religious people, it's a revolt against God, and literally there's hell to pay.